Alrighty, welcome to Long-Eared Carrot Eaters. Hey, this is a work with me problem, so you should have a pencil and paper and highlighters out and all ready to go. And we're going to go through this problem step by step. I'll ask you to pause the video and then copy what I show you what to do. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and look at the scenario. Ever since you were teeny tiny, you loved bunnies. For your last birthday, your parents bought you 2 bunny rabbits. Hey, here they are right here. Aren't they cute? You love petting their long ears as they nibble away at their food. Last night you gave them 6 carrots. They ate 4/7, let's just write that down, 4/7 of the carrots. How much did your long-eared carrot eaters eat? Well, let's find out. So, once again, they eat 4/7 of the 6 carrots that you give them. So, the first thing we want to do is write the question. And right here is our question. What's 4/7 of 6? I'd like you to pause the video and go ahead and write down the question, and then we'll move forward. Okay, we're back. So hopefully you got this written down. Now, the next part is I like to draw my mathematical model. So I want to first draw 6 fraction boxes that represent the 6 carrots that they're eating. So let me shrink this and make a little bit more room. And I'm going to draw my 6 fraction boxes. And let me just get situated here and start drawing. Here's 1. And then I'm going to draw a second one, 2. And then a third one, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Now I want to break these each into 7 parts. So that means I'm going to draw 6 lines. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oops, fix that a little bit. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, I'd like you to pause the video in 1 second. I'll let you know when. But first, let's double check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And these are fairly well lined up. They do not have to be perfect, but you can see that I've got them fairly well lined up. And I do have 7 parts in each of these 6 fraction boxes, which represent the carrots. So what I'd like you to do right now is copy my illustration so far. I'm going to wait for you, and as soon as you're ready, go ahead and hit play. Okay, let's go. Hopefully you're back now. So now I want to color in 4 out of the 7. Every time I'm thinking about fractions, I think about them in 3 ways. 4/7, 4 out of 7, or 4 divided by 7. And we use that terminology at different times. So right now I want to color in 4 out of the 7. So I'm going to just get my color here and make sure that it is the right color. Actually, I'm going to make it kind of orangish because it represents the carrots. And I get 1, 2, 3, 4. As you see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to do that all the way through. And just go 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you have a highlighter, you want to highlight them so they look very much like mine here. So color 4 there, and I'm going to color another 4 right here, and move it so it fits pretty good, right? And then another 4 right here, and another 4 right here. So now this is representing the 4/7 out of those 6 carrots that these 2 long-eared carrot eaters have been eating. Okay? So now what I want to do, actually I'm going to have you pause it and color in all these like I've done so far, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so here we go. Next, I am going to simply count what I've got. I've got 1, oops, let me do this in black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24 out of the 7 parts that they're cut into. Now that's an ugly 7, but it is a 7. Let me see if I can make it a little bit neater. Okay, there we have out of 7. So 24 sevenths is your answer. And if you notice, this is top heavy or improper, and we'll fix that in a little bit. But I want to show you the algorithm first, and then we'll move along from there. But before we go on to the algorithm, please copy down the numbering that I've done, and you should come up with 24 sevenths right there. I'll wait for you, and then we'll move on, my friend. All right, fantastic. Let's go on with the algorithm. So I want a little bit more room. So now the first thing I'm going to do is write exactly what I have up here. I got 4 sevenths of 6. Of means times, right? 4 sevenths of 6. So I'm going to write 4 sevenths right here. And of means times, and then 6. Now, a couple things about fractions. First of all, when you're multiplying fractions, you have to have them in a fraction form. So this is a whole number. It can be converted into a fraction, a top-heavy or improper fraction. And if we do that, we just turn it into 6 over 1. So let me just show you here. 4 sevenths times 6 over 1. And this really means I have 6 wholes, right? So next, the cool thing, when we're adding or subtracting fractions, we've got to have common denominators. Well, in multiplication or division, you do not have to have common denominators. So we can just rock and roll. The other thing, with adding or subtracting, you have to only add or subtract the numerator. Well, when you're multiplying, you multiply the numerator and you also multiply the denominator. So let's go ahead and do that. And if I do, I get 4 times 6, which gives me 24. And then I go 7 times 1, which gives me 7. And as you see, my algorithm agrees with my illustration, my mathematical model here, and that is always fantastic. However, this is top-heavy or improper, and we want to reduce it or simplify it. But before I do that, I would like you to make sure you have the entire algorithm completed and show the arrow that it agrees with our mathematical model. I'll wait for you. Okay, so we're back. All right, so now what you want to do, whoa, come back here, you crazy thing. All right, so now here's where, once again, thinking about how fractions are stated. I got 24 sevenths, 24 out of 7, or 24 divided by 7. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now. And I'm going to do this in blue. I'm going to put 24 right here, and I'm going to divide it by 7. Now, 7 will go into 24 3 times. And whoops, I got to have the ink there. 3 times 7 gives me 21, and I get a remainder. 4 minus 1 is going to give me 3, so my remainder is 3. And you always put your remainder over your divisor, and so 3 sevenths, so 3 and 3 sevenths. Hang on to that thought for a moment, because I'm going to show you what actually happens with our mathematical model. But what I want you to do right now is copy down the division, 24 divided by 7. Alrighty, so hopefully you've got that done. If not, make sure you pause it and get this copied. Now, let's come back to the mathematical model and start to make some wholes out of this, okay? Some whole fraction parts, okay? So as you see, I've got 4 here, and I want to fill in 3. I want to fill in these guys, right? As many as I can. So I'm going to start over on this side and move these over here. So if I take 1, 2, 3, go 1, 2, and 3. I'll take those 3, and I'm going to put them in the top right here, right up here, and fill those 3 in. Okay, now I've got a whole one over there. Now I've got one more here that I can take away, so I'm going to take this one away as well, and now I have nothing over here, right? But I'm going to fill this one in right here. So now I've got another part there, and now I'm going to take 1, 2 more away, right? And I'll move these 2 right up here, and now I've got 2 full carrots, right? And now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take these 2 away, so this is no longer here at all anymore, and I'm going to move 2 of those pieces right here, okay? And then I'm going to take one more piece from right here, right? And I'm going to take that one away. Bam, you are gone. And now I'm going to put him right up here. And now, if you notice, I'm going to make my marker a little thicker. And I've got one hole. Whoops, I want to do this in black. What am I doing here? All right, so I've got one hole here. I've got a second hole here. And I got a third hole right there. Those are 3 full carrots, right? And then over here, I've got 1, 2, and I got 3 left out of the 7 parts which would make a hole. So I've got, my answer is 3 and 3/7. And right here, let's just make sure, and yippee, this mathematical model agrees with the algorithm right there. So that's what's happening when you are dividing this. You're actually just moving the parts to create full carrots in this case, okay? So what I'd like you to do right now is make sure you copy all the work that I did with erasing these parts and moving them into here to create whole carrots, and then count up your 1, 2, 3 parts that were left from this one carrot here, and then you're good to go. So I'm going to wait for you for 1 second. Pause the video and I'll be right back. Okay, and guess what? I'm back. And there's really nothing else to do. That is the steps that you will always do. You'll first write the question down, then you'll do the mathematical model, and then you'll do the algorithm. And then you got to make sure that your algorithm and your mathematical model agree. So until next time, I hope you have a fantastic day. The next one, you're going to do all this all on your own and then play the video and see if you're correct. If you make any mistakes, no worries, my friend. The fastest way to learn is to catch your own mistakes and fix them. So, sayonara for now, my friend. I'll see you next time.